Yeah, we have 3 golden necklaces in this lineup. And if you look at Myamon's lineup, it's 3 golden necklaces as well. I don't know what that says about the state of the game. That's not for me to decide. That's for the streamers running Balance Council coalitions to decide. So this means the 2 non-golden necklaces were both banned. So it's golden necker every game for the rest of the tournament. Let's go. I hope you guys like golden necker. So, it's going to be Lerio's Northern Realms. We didn't get to see in the semifinals, so it was banned. And it's going to be Myamon back with their Skellige. So we'll see. The Skellige struggled before against an engine-heavy Northern Realms list. But granted, that was a very boost-heavy Northern Realms list. This one is more damage-focused engines from Lerio, which I think this Skellige ought to have a better time up against, since these units won't have as easy of a time boosting out of range of the damage pings coming out from Myamon.
You wanna light the pace and fucking Skellige?
What can I do, please?
The first Alula comes out. I say first because it's likely she'll come back with the Securities, right? Maybe not. We might see the Hyuga come back instead, but the Alula gets locked. No Purify in the deck means that lock is there to stay. And now Lerio is going to try to get this Obelisk to stick against the Hyuga. So we have this golden echo. Sir? Oh yeah, no. I think Flotsam is 10 probs now. Anyways, yeah, Mutant Generator is the only artifact in deck. See, nice. High roll from the Hyuga to kill off the first Obelisk. Second Obelisk comes back though. Yeah, Megascope isn't looking great here. There's no great swords with access right now.
What? This? It's but a scratch.
The obelisk is going to stick for now. Okay, it's just a golden necker coming through. Interesting. Okay, we see a Baron. Baron isn't great in this matchup because not much in Myamon's units are going to be boosting. So I guess you just take the inspired value here. Maybe reset an allied unit if it gets damaged a bit much. What are we going to decree out? I am very interested to see how this deck is going to play. It's just a Redanian Archer. Okie dokie. Mission Generator, and the nice thing is that, yes, Decree puts the Redanian Archer to the bottom of the stack, so we'll end up getting an immediate boost onto all the 5 of the 5 provision units in deck. See, 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 5 provision units, but that's already 5 thinning for Lerio. Five thinning? That feels like a lot. Not sure where the 5th came. Anyways, but yeah, one player's already used Golden Necker and we're barely into round 1. In return, let's see what Myamon decides to commit on blue coin to keep up. It's just going to be the Summoning Circle. Going to pull out a Greatsword. We'll see whether the Summoning Circle will go through this round or a later round. If it gets clicked, knocks the armor off the Redanian Archer. And it gets pinged again by the Drone Berserker. Already at 2 damage, getting a bit susceptible to death. Here comes a ship ballista.
I said steady!
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
Yeah, I think Lerio definitely just wants a long round in this matchup. Try to maximize the engine value. Yeah. And if Myamon were to pass here, Summoning Circle would proc, so...
What are you gonna do, huh?
Yeah, quite a good lead here from Myamon. Now the Adrenaline is set up for the Bear Witcher, able to clean up the Redanian Archer. Gonna be really a 24-point lead right now. So... And the other issue is there's no way to give Zeal here for Lerio.
You trust the wrong sorceress.
See the Yen set up. Deal 5 damage to everything. And I feel like that was a mistake. Meant to click the Arbalist rather than the Yen. Didn't mean to click the Yen twice. Yeah. So that's the Crow dealt with, and that's a 12-point Idaran. That is scary. Now, granted, there are now no longer any non-boosted units in deck. And note that the Yen at 9 power, or 9 provisions, boosted both the Ildiko and the Matahuri. Also, we saw in the previous series that Myamon's deck thinned to 0. And this is not a deck where the thinning is really optional either in like any of this stuff. So I'm a bit worried that if Lerio plays Mata, then that's just free card advantage. Okay. See a Reaver Scout.
But we're broken, shit catalyst.
As we at front row, it is protected against a Bear Witcher, which is quite sweet. Great Sword at 10 power is quite an answer to the Yennefer Conjurer here, however. Protects this Cyrenova from being the front lines of Yen's anger right now. I'm sure Yennefer wouldn't want to hurt Ciri though, so it makes sense. It makes sense lore-wise. Whether that's me talking about book Yen, I think Netflix series Yen is a whole different beast. And yes, the leader was able to high roll a ping onto that Reaver Scout, which means the Reaver Scout is now going to get killed off. There's only one artifact remaining in Myamon's deck, and that is the Megascope. Quite a few specials. So needs to watch out for that a little bit when it comes to playing out the Golden Echo. Lerio, I don't know how the points exist to keep going in this round. Which, yeah, you've established some carryover, but not the best.
You one of us or not?
Okay. Playing these units front row is doing a pretty good job just getting mutual generator value. It's like +4, +5 if each of these bronzes. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think More like +3. It's 2. Okay, Myamon commits their own golden necker, not wanting to give up the round, and not wanting to give up this unicorn Kyrenex combination either. And with that, I think Leo has to pass. And now we can do a bit of a deck count, because you see that Myamon has 8 cards left. We'll draw 6, and we'll thin from the Gwent and the Kyrenex. This Matahuri will indeed, like, brick Myamon by drawing an extra card, so Myamon might just need to 2-0, frankly, and has drawn the absolute nuts to do so.
What do you need?
Issue for Lerio is there's no way to kill this Alula. But you can have this actually that doesn't really matter much. It's not gonna cause extra damage, it's just, well, 3 damage in and of its own right. What that does mean is that you need to be a little bit careful with what play. You can lead the Iteran here safely. Then you probably just need to commit leader with the Reavers. I don't see much of a way around that. Yeah, I think Lerio should win the game if they survive this round. Questions I don't know how. Actually, at the same time, I guess the question is partly how many points can Myamon put on their side of the board. Playing it back row is a bit awkward because it plays directly into the 6 damage. Then again, playing it front row would have just played into the Huron Cutter regardless. Unicorn Kyrenex drawing out this Praise Blessing, which can replay either a Bear Witcher or a Warrior or a Greatsword. Greatsword into Gigascorp would be pretty decent. Oh wait, no, actually, apologies. Iteran isn't safe. It dies to Alula, Gigascorp leader. Which is why you see these Reavers first and then Iteran second. Yeah. I was missing the leader charge. Substantial difference. I don't think the the Huron Kaduk might get a little bit of value eventually here. Note that the 2 highest units are the one next to Huron Kaduk, so nice heads up play from Myamon by maintaining that. Again, it's just the pass coming through here. So, Iteran will be enough to catch up. I assume that's the best way to catch up here. I don't think Iteran's doing awfully much in the future round as well. Although, wait, do you need it? You're getting 2 points from these clicks. 8 damage. There's really... Actually, Redanian Archer would be enough. You can save the Iteran, actually. You don't need to use it. Yeah, it's enough.
For king! For country! For
By one, it does the trick. Tricky Lerio. So, And now the problem is that Myamon will be forced to keep the Bear Witcher in deck. And then either they play out the Bear Witcher from Gwent, or they don't, and then the matter gets played. But, yeah. Regardless, it doesn't end well for Myamon. It's either you end up with a bricked Gwent, or Lerio just draws a card for free from the matter. It's essentially as if Lerio played mill this game and, you know, played matter to draw an extra card. Which I think can't tell what's that's matter. Yeah, and then there's 3 units in deck here. Lerio keeping the Siege Master's Ship Ballista. It's nice because it can give multiple bodies at once, whilst also giving a guaranteed draw. Whereas if you try to mulligan, maybe the Siege Master doesn't go through, it gets a little bit awkward.
This dance, you will never forget.
And yeah, we just see it immediately. I think this is good, because just having more bodies on board makes the leader worse for Myamon.
What do you mean, witch pulling?
I pass on
Okay,
every
it's also better point-wise, because the Bear Witcher plays for... having it like this means the Gwent plays for 2 as a brick, whereas if it was the other way around, the Gwent would have blocked 3 damage, so I think it's also 1 more point in that sense as well. Having the matter before the Gwent gets played.
Let's get this over with.
Yep. Sad little Gwent.
Let's go.
I'm surprised we're playing Reavers before the Otoko. These pings mean that a Bear Witcher is sufficient to get the kill.
Double the coin and consider it done.
Maybe I was trying to force the Gigascorp, or... Okay, well, I guess... Well, now the Otoko sticks.
Disgusting old man. His mere touch is revolting.
What would you resurrect here? Probably just a Bear Witcher? Bear Witcher for 9? That makes sense, I think. These ship ballistas are not particularly great here. Oh, actually, Idarin... Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you still want to deal with the Otoko here, because... Oh, okay, we'll just... Okay, or that. Yeah, no, destroy the reinforcements, that makes sense.
She's rather hungry, it seems.
I don't think they saw that line. Oh, actually no, Urko doesn't have a seal. Couldn't have boosted it anyways. So Axel's 11 points. That's a 5-point difference.
But she brooks no insult.
Pretty sure Myamon has it here.
Need a hand? Just chop one off.
That was a strange game. Very strange game. I can't help but think about that round 3 sequencing. Trying to play around the leader and the Gigascorp. Regardless, Myamon takes the game on and gets the Skellige through as well. Because the other two decks for Lerio are basically all boosty, whereas this one is not all boost, it's more damagey, so it's probably better against the deck that likes it when their opponents are all boosty. That's my really high level analysis for you guys. But yeah, I mean, once we're through with this matchup, once we end up getting Myamon's movement against Lerio's other list, that's just going to be a engine versus engine Scoia'tael match fest. It's just going to be something to sit back and enjoy. But this will probably be the most involved game of the series, where there'll probably be a lot of back and forth to be considering, different lines of sequencing, and all that to worry about. We do have Golden Echo in the starting hand here for Lerio. Look, maybe there's a line where Lerio might be able to go all in on ship ballistas round 1, get a huge unit in deck, and then just discard all the way with Last Say and win. I'm not convinced that's the best, but it might work. It is the kind of absurd lines that you see in this sort of matchup.
You can run, you can
Another click
hide,
maxi,
I'm gonna get you.
which that was occurring as the rope was ticking out, so I don't know if Myamon quickly decided to keep or shuffle or didn't have much of a choice.
So many of them, I'd have to aim to miss.
Yeah, notably, there are locks for Myamon, but not much else in terms of the removal. That means that it's pretty safe for Lerio to just stack up these charges and try to maximize that ship ballista value.
Obey your master.
That's going to die, right? I'm a bit surprised because Myamon has Neca access from the Arcane Tome.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
I mean, you can't not kill a Master of Puppets. Especially with no Purify of your own. Importantly, the Master of Puppets isn't in Lerio's graveyard here, so for example, something like an illusion. Wait, there's no illusionists in this list. Okay, that's where there were in previous versions of this list. So, okay, that doesn't end up mattering, but yeah, that's one Master of Puppets dealt with. There's, I think, potentially 3 more, really. You have one from Vigo and another from deck here. There's no real way to interact with the graveyard from Myamon's list. Syrian over.
The ratchet's jammed again!
Would you want to bleed in this matchup? That feels awkward. I would not be surprised if Myamon just passed here. So instead... What are we decreeing for? A lock. Okay.
I wonder what snares would have captured this.
Wants to play into this round, but wants to deny the ship ballista value. Okay.
Well,
And, with the reinforcements in hand, you don't need to commit the actual ship ballista, just commit the reinforcements and you get a second copy. And all this time, these charge units are getting more charges. There is sort of trading up. Oh, Vilgefort's pulling a Reaver scout. Oh no.
They charging? Ah, Swarm will stop him.
You trust the wrong sorceress.
Maybe see a Yenberg commitment. What if there's a change in strategy here? I don't know why you wouldn't just play the third ship ballista. Like, clearly Myamon is hurting to answer these ship ballistas. Or just wanting to get out of the round now. Okay, a bit of a rope there. Okay. Now with the round control, what do? Do you bleed here? I'm a bit worried. Lerio can't play meta back row. Can Myamon play meta back row? These players are running out of decks. These players are running out of decks because Lerio has 8 cards in deck remaining now. 3 go from the round 3 draws, 3 go from the Golden Echo, 1 from this matter, 1 from the Decree, 1 from this matter. That's -1 cards left in deck, that's a problem. I'm not doing the maths for Myamon because it's a bit harder. Because assuming you play the double Golden Egg, you also have the Arcane Tome. Yeah, it's a bit all over the place. We still haven't had any Bronze Tactics played by Myamon just yet. So you'd probably need to leader before playing the full series, I'd imagine. In particular, you don't want the full series to be at 1 power because it gets super easily pinged by either an Obelisk or a Reinforced Ballista. Here we are going to go round 3, a long round 3. Maybe the Reavers are just enough to win a long round here. We are going to see the Asir used here to put back Vilgefortz potentially.
I shall do as you command.
And I think that makes even more sense considering how much pressure Lero's deck is under here. Vilgefortz is probably going to be able to kill an enemy unit and effectively not summon a bronze. And there you go, there's the Vilgefortz. Very lucky for the Asir to shuffle it to the top of the deck. I don't know if this Muta Generator is really what you want here up against Master of Puppets.
Order will triumph. It must triumph.
Do you just lead Reavers here? Do you play Ildiko first? You go Reavers into Iter and into Ildiko? Okay, you just go... Baron as a reset is actually super important in this matchup. But it's not like you would have had a chance to delay. It would have been nice to have it in hand, but yeah. Decides not to use the leader here. But then again, I guess you don't need to, really. Maybe he wants to leader the Reaver scouts later on. Go for the Iter in this turn and then play Reaver Scout with leader the next, and then you can get 3 Reaver Scouts, and then you just board white, basically. Maybe. Here's the Vilgefortz. I think you get rid of the Baron. Yep.
An interesting choice.
So now, Myamon's meta is basically just draw a card from deck for free. What are we watching? This is insanity.
Oh, don't dare cross me, or my friend here
Here's the
will
other
take
one.
the Reavers on a
Let's play front row here.
This is no time to whimper.
It's going to be a pretty full front row, I think.
Do not make me
Doesn't
beg.
matter for Golden Neck number 1. And then you have Asir to put it, sorry, Alyssa to put it back, and then Arcane Tome to tutor Golden Neck number 2.
Alyssa, your command.
Here decides to go for the additional Arbalest rather than the additional Reaver.
Go.
I thought the Reaver would have been better, but... Because the Reaver's like basically unconditional 1 damage per turn. Whereas this Arbalest requires you to actually play units with order. This board space starts to feel like it might be an issue. Okay, Guillaume, Bruher, and Petrie's filter number 1.
It's the Reavers honor that's at stake here. This is no time to whimper.
We have more Reavers coming through. I wonder if at some point you just discard something like the Matter, because it's not really going to help you. Or maybe you just card the Reaver Scout because it's 2 bodies and you just can't afford that space coming from 1 card. Thing is, the Reaver Scout allows you to play 2 units with Order, whereas the other one doesn't. Also,
A rock toppled
Doesn't-
and beneath it a scorpion revealed.
doesn't Master of Puppets just screw you over if your row is full? Like, it moves over and then it steals the unit and then it doesn't move over itself.
A gold chain. Will it suffice to end the old fool?
What was that was killed? I'm not sure. The thing is, Myamon has a lot of points coming later on. There's a second golden necklace. Is that the Matter? Yeah, okay, the Matter got killed. Yeah, Myamon just got an extra card, and with that, last say here. Okay, so you have full series with Sangreal. You have Bruher, I assume, just played on the opposing Arbalist. Chroma's playing Golden Necker. Gets your second Petrie's filter. Golden Necker. Ooh, gets Assassination. Maybe gets Master of Puppets, maybe gets Milton. Oh, sorry. Palmer into Master of Puppets as well. And yeah, now the front row is full. You can always self-ping with these Arbalists, to be fair. I keep getting caught up on whose turn it is because of the extra card from Myamon. Oh man. Okay. You're really waiting on the full series, granted. Oh no, there was already Bruher in Graveyard. But yeah, I'm not sure what the wait is. I guess... well... Is there a way to pocket immediately? I don't think there is here.
Bolts left. Make him count, boys.
Okay, this is gonna be a big ship ballista. And it has Zeal, yeah, okay. We gotta go click far. Okay, this is why we went for the Arbalist. It was to maximize this ship ballista. Which is gonna clean up this arm. Nice. And it would have even boosted something in the deck. So we are 7 cards into round 3, kind of. Yeah, it's something like that. Or 7 out of 11, I guess. No, 6 out of... Anyways, currently Lerio's board is looking a whole lot better. I still don't know who's winning. Because Myamon can just swing it super duper quickly with just Master of Puppets shenanigans. Not sure why Sangreal The
sky'll burn with the eternal fire.
If he sees it, it'll take damage. To logic, the full series would have died anyways, even with 2 brew hurts. This past midnight and my brain cannot cope. There is still room for the full series. You can play the full series in Clog. Or you can Arcane Tome in Clog. That also does the trick. Yeah, definitely Golden Echoing. I don't think it's enough for Myamon. You only have 1 good Master of Puppets target.
In Beauclair, tradition is sacred.
Yeah, you're gonna just go for a single Master of Puppets from the Vigo.
A noble plan indeed, I say.
Typically you'd lock the unit with the Sangreal if you're doing something like this, right? But I don't see... It's not like the full series can get a lock.
What can I do?
Yeah, you may as well just lock that. It's not like anything else matters here. You know there's the last 3 cards here. Any of the Master of Puppets have Zeal regardless. So, yeah, and only 1 click. Well, with the cooldown. Yeah, with the cooldown they're not going again anyways. Now it's the full series.
The good of the Empire, that is what matters.
Yeah, I like this, holding the leader brew hurt, because it would have only taken the full series to 7. Now you're basically forcing Lerio to kill their own full series here. And then they also need space on the front row to play the matter for points. Which... I guess it's worth it. Is it? Yeah, it's worth it. You can't give them a second Master of Puppet. And just 1 is not enough here, especially with the Sangreal infusion.
Connects folk to one another.
What is
truth, if not an
Yeah, so front row Master of Puppets, it will get the scene,
Dance!
but it won't end up going over. But it is still short, and the 12 damage from the sun. Yeah, that Scoia'tael confused me. Scoia'tael confused me. Okay, Leo ties it up. Gets the win with the Northern Realms. Alright. And game 3. Guerrilla Tactics. For Myamon, it's the movement. Against the Pyramid Scheme, hitting cash on red coin. There isn't going to be a whole lot of interaction this game. Quite a bit different in a sense to last game. Well, last game was strange because there wasn't much interaction. There were a lot of it because you're worried about the big interaction with Master of Puppets right at the end.
You see? You must hold it between your teeth.
No sentry for Myamon here is not ideal. Typically the sentry is what you want to lead with here.
This world only two.
Yeah, not really having the bronze movements that combine well for this round 1. You can count early
Hughes are scum. I prefer L.
Mega Scope. I'm gonna start with the Cat Witcher. This could be the sort of game where Sausage Maker can potentially stick a little bit, although note it is melee locked for the resilience. Vincy's range locked as well.
Operations are people
So,
too.
yeah. Those are a few things that Myamon could take advantage of quite easily. Yeah, actually in this matchup, Vincy's worse than Townsfolk. Like here we're gonna have a Mega Scope for another Cat Witcher. Placement on that Megascope seems a bit off to me. Because I would have thought you want the Cat Witches on opposite rows. So then the Dryad Matron is boosting each turn.
Yeah, I worked it.
So the 2 Townsfolk, it looks like we're going to go for the Magpie here. Notably, having the Magpie played now means that Treasure Huntress can get 2 fees, or even 3 with the leader, all set up at once.
What's that? You found another gold.
A bit worried about what you put the infusion on, because these are some low power units against a bunch of random pings. Okay, only goes for 2 infusions. And get some more crowns instead. I like how heads up Lerio is playing with the smoke clouds. It's really cool to see. This is already a lot of points for the movement. And with no Townsfolk in hand, I'm not sure where Lerio's payoff is going to be. Because it's fine to recycle these coins with the Treasure Huntress infusions over and over and over, but the issue is actually turning those into points. Okay, you can get Soul through.
I admire the beautiful. What can I say?
And yes, note the placement on the back right of the ranged row means that all these infusions trigger first before the soul, so it should always have Ward 7 active to boost by 3 each turn. I'm scared of when we get to the Adrenaline 3 though, these cat witches dealing 6 damage per turn. Treasure Huntress might not be long for this world either. Geralt Gwent,
Get this over with.
quite early.
Cat may close his eyes.
Pretty good
never
mentor.
his ears.
I think that the movement deck has a much easier time setting up quicker, but it has a lower ceiling. If I were to like quickly characterize these decks, I think that would hold true. And with that in mind, I'm a bit worried about how Lerio is going to be able to win this round. And then defend the bleed if they can't. You could use Philippa to steal the Syrian over here. You could use Philippa to steal any of these strong engines. Yeah, steal a Cat Witcher and get a whole lot of coins back easily.
Whole finger.
Spending to 0, getting 8 coins back. Look, now it's getting a bit awkward for Myamon. You don't want to play any of these cards. Like Unicorn Krynex is a huge commitment. Gaetan is a pretty big commitment considering a lot of the stuff in this deck is built around this Gaetan, and obviously Golden Echo is a huge commitment. Golden Echo is what allows either of these decks to set up their engines a whole lot quicker by playing multiple units at once. Killing off the infused tax collector though. Unicorn, so huge point slam coming through. And boosting up the Syrian Nova protects it from a Philippa Seize. And yeah, now with the Cat Witch is at 2 damage, these smaller units are going to start getting picked off, including that Treasure Huntress, which means that now we're stuck with only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infusions. But obviously this Magpie isn't going to stick for much longer. Unless you play another unit front row, it becomes a 50-50, it's rough. It's going to be a forced pass here. Hey, if you're on dry passes, you can just play Sausage Collector, click leader, get Burt, and get ahead. I don't think that one's passing though. Necromancy found. No Necker though for Lerio. It's definitely what you would have been looking for. Because if Myamon plays Golden Necker and you can't answer with your own, then suddenly you're way behind in setting up. And even then, this draw onto Necromancy means that you don't have a special in deck anyways. Yeah, these round 2 mulligans went super poorly for Lerio. This is...
Oh, that stitching. Zeracanian, is it?
Like Townsfolk get the boat out. Solid start.
We elves have our paths. Don't worry about me.
In the laner. Yeah, with like no cow witches, matrons, whatever, it makes sense just to play the Milena here. Right now it's basically a more expensive, worse cat witcher, it seems.
Good old smell of
Yes, you boost the tallest unit because it's less likely to die. There's no toll punishing with like the Unicorn Kyrenex spawn. This is completely safe to do. Otherwise, imagine Unicorn Kyrenex into a leader here. That would have been frightful.
Nothing broken? Then up we go again.
Yeah, I mean, if the Golden Echo from Myamon, what special is it pulling? It's either Frogs or Decree. If you get Frogs, location into the gate and here with this sentry setup, that's basically game. I think Lerio will need to seize this sentry to not get too low. The question is the timing. Okay, it's going to be Bank here. That's one of the remaining specials. What are we going to pull? Okay, finds the Golden Echo, and it's going to be the sad Golden Echo and a rope. Yeah.
Shit. Map's upside down again.
That last mulligan. Maybe Lerio's good luck of the final mulligan in his semi-final is coming back to bite him now. But things like that don't last, and now Myamon is a proper Golden Echo, finds a second sentry, finds Decree into... What do you want to go into? Cat Witcher? If you're gonna play a gate in this round, I would have thought Mill would have been more points, but... Okay.
Humans are scum. I prefer elves, dwarves.
Now this is... Like for example, on this next turn it's passively gonna be 8 points for Cat Witcher. That's insane. So... you just bite the bullet, take the Philippa now? I think you have to if you're scared of this gate and coming soon. But what do you see? Do you see this Cat Witcher to stop all this moving? Or do you see one of these sentries in case the gating is more important in terms of the points? Instead we're just going to develop our own Townsfolk. To be fair, this is a 4 point per turn Townsfolk. It's not too shabby. And it's just the necromancy here for Myamon, reading even more before the gate, and yeah, taking that and not saying no for Cat Witcher. It's pretty clear Gaten is the final card here. There's not much that Lerio can do about this, I think, barring doing a Philippa. Yeah. And then just hoping these Sewer Raiders, these Townsfolk are enough. At the very least you can infuse, and then Philippa you're getting sort of 10 points per turn on your Townsfolk. You have 3 more turns, sort of potentially 30-ish points. Gating's gonna be so many points though. For each unit on the row, it's...
Power, the object of dark desire.
Okay, goes for the Mentor. I think that's alright. It's the percentage is the same, I guess, going for Mentor or a Sentry. Or I think the sentries boost the units that moved before them, right? Or do you need to move them all to the other row first and then gate him? Right, okay. That's the actual sequencing. So yes, it's definitely the Mentors play for more here.
You really want to know?
And for good measure, gonna deal even more damage with this Cat Witcher. Oh. Look, if Lerio was able to tutor this decree, get this Igor through, get more Townsfolk, it could have been an entirely different game. But having this Bricked Golden Necker, having no options, it's really tough. I think you'd still... oh gosh. You have to Igor here. It's the only way you have a chance at making these points. And then you resurrect the Sea Jackal? Oh. Actually no, it's better to spend on another... yeah, you just resurrect the Treasure Huntress here. Or Mag?
Think this shovel's big enough?
They both essentially just give you one prop. Ah. That was surprisingly close. That would have... oh, that was so close. But, the movement goes through... oh, yeah, what? Which means... Lerio needs to... not reverse sweep, but needs 2 wins now against Master of Puppets to win the series. The problem is these are the 2 boosty decks that are remaining.
Teeth.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if that can come true here. But look, Lerio decided to ban the Intimidate Syndicate rather than the Master of Puppets. So Lerio maybe is confident in these matchups.
Corporations are people too.
But we'll see. Maybe there's a secret game plan. Notably, Conjurer's Candle in hand here has to get Mulligan since it's the only artifact for Golden Necker to pull. I'm on missing the Golden Necker in the starting hand here. Could pull it with Matter, but that might be a bit aggressive. As long as Lerio plays around assassination, this sausage maker could be quite powerful actually. It's not easy to kill except for the Vilgefortz. I mean, you could try to fork Myamon between either killing the eagle or killing the sausage maker. Really early Golden Echo. Nice pull with the Palmer in. Finding the arcane term. That is extremely lucky, no? That could have backfired poorly if, like, say, the Alyssa Hansen was found, but it looks to work quite well. And that's already a 13-point deficit with Master of Puppets set up now to seize a 13-point tax collector. Okay.
Appeals can be filed
I
within
don't
7
think you can...
years.
No, you're not clicking your turn here. You just play your own tax collector for the second time. And try not to cry too much at the impending puppet show.
Praise be to the great sun!
Yeah, Nilfgaard Knight just building up this tax collector even bigger. And, well... like the tax office is going to come around to Myamon and apologize. Because Myamon has paid too many taxes and it's time for the tax office to reimburse Myamon with, I guess, selling a tax collector into service of Myamon.
I am your source of self-destruction.
There's the Master of Puppets. I'll expect it to get assassinated here, or locked. Either or. Probably assassinated by Myamon the next turn. And, yeah, we're like 3 cards into round 1. And we have about a 40-point gap here. Granted. A number of the cards there has played has been really low tempo, aiming to just gather coins, which are not shown in the score tally.
Ah, be ashamed to let this beauty go to waste.
And yeah, there's no treasure huntress in hand here, so you can't try to do any pyramid scheme shenanigans right now, can't get the setup going for the townsfolk.
As good as dead.
But there's the assassination of Monster Puppets, it did its job. Now it's time to cut the strings on the marionette.
Another month's coin gone in an instant.
This lock is quite impactful here from Myamon. You can just deal with townsfolk. Honestly, just locking Sausage Maker screws it over really badly.
I shall do as you command.
You see Asia putting the Golden Echo back? Probably would have preferred to use the Alyssa Henson to do so, but doesn't want to burn the decree in this round 1. You're not playing triple Golden Echo, I think, ever here. Like, you just thin way too much, surely.
I really ought to help clear some of this clutter.
Now it's time for the bin C. Okay. This is nice, you store all these crowns. Now you can cash in all at once, or a bit of value with the bin C there. Right now these look like tempting locks, but the lock could be even better later on in this matchup. Lock does get played, decides that being C is enough of a threat and that Myamon doesn't want to give up the ability to play into this round so early. Not really early, but just yet. Might be time for Sausage Maker to come down sooner rather than later. Will it be
Do you have a loyalty discount by chance?
a second Townsfolk? Now with all the Townsfolk out, decides to play all these Magpie Crowns and able to get ahead. Nicely done. Might not be losing on even. Maybe. Maybe should have spent once more on the Sea Jackal to a little bit further ahead, but alas, it's okay. Sangro doesn't have much to pair with. Mata would pull Golden Neck, which is a card you don't want to play this round. We're just going to see the early Vilgeforts. This is alright. Ooh, that's interesting. Obviously that now means Lerio basically just has a brick. But, hey, it's arguably better than forcing out a Treasure Huntress or Magpie too early. Yeah, now with spending profiting quite a bit for that Sausage Maker. So we're going to be tied now. With Lerio being a card down at that point. These are two very sad cards again. Conjurer's Candle, gonna break the Golden Neck if you play it now. Or Bank. Like that's your tutor for Golden Neck potentially, just down the drain. You think you could win this? Giving up essentially... Oh, just last say, because you're a blue coin, I guess. It's going to have to be the case. And having a brick Sewer Raiders in deck is doubly bad, because there's a good chance Matahuri is going to draw the Sewer Raiders for Lerio, and there's the Sewer Raiders. And so that's a forced mulligan. That and a forced mulligan on the Conjurer's Candle. Good pull though, getting the Igor at least. And you won't have guaranteed Necromancy for a Townsfolk either. It's Myamon to lead. I wonder if it's possible for Lerio to delay playing golds to deny Master Puppets value.
Your magic can't harm me. No magic can.
Oh yeah, that Maxi can be nice in knowing what the Golden Echo is potentially going to pull. But otherwise, there's not too meaningful otherwise here. So, with only one form of interaction on a gold being a lock from Vigo, it's fairly safe to double infuse the sausage maker here. You pay 6 coins early in the round here and hope to make that back up later on. Note that you do need to still play around Assassination, because it can come from the full series here. And it will kill the sausage maker because it's a spying unit. Okay, that's a clean play from Myamon. You gotta respect that. That is very clean. But that probably also means that Lerio has not much chance in this round. That's 6 coins down the drain, basically. There's no way to deal with a full series in terms of like doing self-damage or anything of that kind. The Sangreal will go through. And it's going to be Mata for the Golden Echo.
Think this shovel's big enough?
I guess you just go Soul. This overcrafting hurts, but there's not much you can do. Here's the matter, will it get the Raiders? Yeah.
For young is the night.
And yeah, having the Sea Jackal in hand meant that was guaranteed. Very super unfortunate with the Vilga Forts there. In the round 1, pulling the Sewer Raiders. But not much to do about that. I guess on the plus side here for Lerio is that the Master of Puppets from Myamon isn't going to be huge. Okay. You have Bank now. You can bank for Necromancy if you want to get the Townsfolk back, if you want to start ticking with
Officials
that.
time out. Mop up the blood slick.
Just play the Eagle, hold it. If you start playing the Townsfolk, you don't want like the first one to be really much bigger than the second, because that just plays into Master Puppets. You'd rather have them at the same power level, coming all out at the same time. Some yellow time. There goes the full series. Huge swing.
Use that, smell that.
Yeah, that's such a sad Sewer Raiders. And now we see the Golden Echo from Myamon gonna... Okay, even just gets the Master Puppets just by itself. Sure. An extra boo hurt.
Obey.
Now we'll see what unit will be designated as the Master Puppets target. And yeah, now the Petri filter is set up for the potential later Master Puppets from the Vigo. Already a huge point gap. It'll be a struggle for Lerio to catch up if Myamon didn't play anything more, but there's still the rest of the Master of Puppets shenanigans to come.
One man's battlefield is another man's ripe patch for
Take the
harvest.
Sea Jackal, get a bit of horde value. Not sure if it's better to spend on that or potentially the Igor if you end up playing, I don't know, like a Townsfolk from the Necro. You can't really afford to spend on the Sea Jackal either because you just play into Puppets. Yeah, you'd want to try to spend on the Igor instead. Or, yeah, Igor Candle, that sort of thing. There's the Guillaume. But first, maximize the Guillaume value. Not a huge Guillaume, but doesn't really need to be. And that would be a 30 point swing with the 1 power Master Puppet coming out from the Vigo. On top of the current 20 point lead, that's essentially 50 points to make up, or you can just click the Master Puppet now. And then save the second for later. That's the forfeit. Lerio says, I can't make this. This is just over. And Myamon takes the victory. And not just in this game number 4, but in this series as a whole. So in the Battle of Golden Neckers, it ends up being a Myamon reigning supreme. Congratulations, winner of Open number 3. And maybe we did another nickname, something related to Golden Necker, because that was quite a series. Yeah, a very great play, I think, from Myamon. Some amazing bleeds, variety of decks, a bit of point stun, bit of engine, bit of combo, and played it all to an extremely high level and well-deserved victory. And Myamon, I think it has to be said, is probably the player to beat going into World Masters now. Having won Open... was it Open number 1, Mid-Season Challenger, and now Open number 3? I think that out of the 3 main tournaments that were run this year, Myamon was able to win 3 of them. With only Nick managing to win Open number 2. All filled in now with the conclusion of the tournament. It is a 3-1 victory for Myamon in both the finals and semi-finals, and taking home that $225 prize as well. And yeah, as said, Myamon has already secured their spot in World Masters by virtue of winning the Mid-Season Challenger. Lerio is looking to be in a very good position to take the second spot with direct entry, since they have the next highest crown point total. In fact, it's going to be a 40-point lead of Lerio over Darren, who is in the next place. Just about does it here for today. We have, I want to, as always, a huge shout out to Matol for organising these tournaments. He's done an amazing job throughout the year, and it's bittersweet that now this tournament cycle is coming close to its end. Yeah, I cannot thank Matol enough for all the work that's gone on behind the scenes, organising the players both on the days and also beforehand. The only reason it runs so smoothly is because Matol puts in so much work. And also for all the support putting up the prize pools for these tournaments, it wouldn't be the same without those. And if you'd like to support the prize pools for World Masters for the final event, you can do !crowdfund in the chat and you'll get the link to the crowdfunding page. And I think that will just about do us then. So again, congratulations to Myamon, commiserations to Lerio, to Kungfoorabbit and TGX for unfortunately falling short. But that's when the cookie crumbles, and maybe the cookie will crumble a different way as we get to World Masters at the end of the year.